Hi guys, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome. If you like this video, please subscribe. Every like and every subscribe really helps. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and we'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. In this channel, we're talking mainly about credit card points and travel. But finances is a big part of credit card spending, because to spend money you need to earn money. I'm afraid that this is something that is not talked enough unless you watch specific financial channels. If you watch credit card channels, you're not gonna get much of mentality on money. In order to earn many points and spend many points and travel, you need to earn enough money. The average credit card will give you around 2.5–3% if you know how to use it. So to get $3,000, basically you need to spend $100,000. If you're an average guy like I am, you need to start thinking all the little details that can make a big difference. There's many ways that somebody can earn more money, but in many ways they're more aspirational. You see people saying, you know, open your own business. It's one thing to say, one thing to do. The Italians say between saying and doing, there's the C in between. So saying something and doing something is two different things. I have three things that I think that they can really help anyone. And it doesn't matter your income, you can apply one of these. And if you really try hard and you apply all three of these, then you can have a better life in the future, and especially in retirement. So number one, pay off debt. If you have debt, and especially credit card debt, then you shouldn't be in the credit card game. You should be doing anything in your powers to pay off that debt. I used to be in a credit card debt, especially the first couple of years when I moved to this country. And I only had like $6,500 debt, but the payment for that, because also my credit score, as you can imagine, I was new in the country, so it wasn't the greatest. I was paying around $350 monthly on that credit card. So once I paid off, I gave myself a raise. If you have about $6,000, then your payment is about $300. In 1 year, that's $3,600. And you will say, okay, $3,600 is not gonna change my life. But if that's after tax money that you're paying to the credit card. To earn $3,600, you need about $4,500 before taxes in order to get that money. If you don't just spend that money, and you invest that money, and you do that long enough, 30 years. So if you're in your 30s, or even 40s, you could potentially do it for 30 years. Let that compound magic happen. After 30 years, that $300 a month that you're investing is gonna be around $410,000. And that's only for one thing that you did. You paid off your debt and you used that money for your future. The second one would be to get a side hustle. And I'm not saying to go from one work to the next. I'm saying just get a gig, work 1 day every weekend. With just 4 extra days a month, you could potentially get at least $300 a month. And that would give you, in 30 years, with the same amounts we talked earlier, you're gonna get another $410,000. Just by working 4 extra days a month. The last thing is that you could easily reduce your spending by $300. What kind of groceries are you getting? Where are you buying your groceries from? Are you going to Aldi or Lidl, or are you going to Whole Foods? Are you using Verizon contracts with the brand new iPhone, or are you using something like Mint? That they have programs starting at $250 a year. There's many ways that you could cut $300 out of your spending. You can stop going out. You can change your diet. I know I did that for some time. Now you might say that's extreme, but I had to do it in order to pay off my credit cards a few years ago before I got this job I have. Do whatever it takes. There is a theory, it's called the burning platform theory. And it talks about a worker on top of an oil platform somewhere in the North Sea. And then the platform catches fire. He wakes up in the middle of the night. He realizes that the platform is about to explode. He can either stay on the platform and get burned, or jump from the platform in the freezing cold water and possibly die. So he decides to jump. He somehow survives, and just before he dies, a rescue boat reaches him and saves him. When he was asked, "Why did you jump?" he said, "Better probable death than certain death." In most cases, people tend to do dramatic changes only when it's very late, and then they really have to do drastic things to change, to transform. But at the same time, that's not enough to sustain a change mentality long term. Most of these people that create changes because of necessity, they don't stick with them long term. And you will see that with people going to the gym as a New Year's resolution. They go to the gym for a couple of weeks and then they quit, even though they might have paid a year's worth of fees, right? So what you need is something that's burning from inside, something that excites you, something that makes you passionate about this kind of goals in life. So you need to find your why. That might be you want to travel the world. That might be you want to have a beautiful family and a beautiful home and really nice things. Education for your children. Rolex, who knows? It's important to know your whys. Have that passion burning inside so you can continue doing these changes when everybody else is doing something else. Once the pandemic passes, everybody's gonna go out again in the bars, in the clubs, and they're gonna start buying fancy things again. You don't wanna be one of them. You don't wanna go back to where you were before. This is a good opportunity for you to adjust and change from inside out, so that change will be sustained and it will move you towards the future, and you won't regret it. Keep in mind that we said three things basically: pay off debt, do a side hustle, and reduce your costs. If you do all these three and you save $300 of each, you will have about 1.2 million in 30 years, which means that if you withdraw about 4% of that every year, after taxes, you will have about 40,000 left. That's $3,333 a month, and you will be retired. And this doesn't include any social security that you might get. And there are ways that you can have an amazing life with that kind of money. That might include you moving in a different country or a different state. But the most important thing is that you won't be worried covering the basics when you're least capable to do so. So we love credit cards, we love traveling, we love points. As I mentioned in other videos before, I made about $9,500 in the past 2 years off credit cards, but that was because I had the money to spend. So keep that in mind. Money goes to money. Unfortunately, that's how it is. It's a big topic that we can have another conversation about, how being poor is expensive. But you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching. Again, like this video, subscribe, and see you in the next one.